And then I actually had to turn off my fucking PlayStation. Luckily, I did save, like, right before I decided to turn it off, so chilling. Left off where we found Hiro, Kyoko, Celeste, Byakuya, and Hina in the pool. Or at the pool. Okay. I've already talked to them all, so the only person left to talk to is her. I found Hiro. He was jammed in the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something?
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden, without a trace.
Wow.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people that she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
well, I mean... I have no idea. One second I was asleep, I don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up and then I was here. I don't care, do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well,
Let me
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I actually can't get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all wrong!
I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping me from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we all got the pieces off. Woo! Free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a second.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious that everyone that you made this costume. That's true, I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious, the one who put the costume on and went around attacking everyone.
That's terrible!
Was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean... Attacking? Blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. What? Killed who? Oh shit, I accidentally skipped that myself. I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hiro running around. You're the only one who can wear this costume. Who else could have possibly put the costume? Who else could have possibly been the costume attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit, missing a bit, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right?
I can now see how Morgana's voice goes into it.
I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
And now I can hear Morgana all the time. What have you done to me, Brandon? In a huff, Hino took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, it's because you're a girl. If it were another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked the pieces from the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But
Then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? Evidence? Lamau. You claim there is another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
That's the worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's happening. Or what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me? Rebel Justice costume. Ooh, locker. Ooh. There's a big old locker. Okay. Kyoko, bitch, don't think you're free from fucking suspicion. She looks like she lost a thought. I don't know if she's gonna look better leave her alone. Man, Kyoko Hoenn!
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured that out. That someone's been killed, right? Hey Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hikari.
What?
2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
Please.
I did not. Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were
How
killed,
about that?
that's it. I know who
So
did it.
then.
You may as well tell us then. Oh, excuse me. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30%
Which means
right.
alter ego or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Huh? Unfortunate?
The heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
So then.
I know. That note. No. Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So.
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Well, really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy
Just
it.
a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please.
You gotta believe me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the notes? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want to show us to believe you, give us a reason. What? Serious? Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get money the money Monokuma offered? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why.
Please.
That's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have that time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for evidence, right?
What?
You're right. I need to look for a second suit and that note. Oops, then I'm gonna do that. Feet, don't fail me now! I guess I'd better get back on guard duty. I'm gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation. It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
shall we go?
No. Shall we?
Hey,
So Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway.
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess I should head that way for now. Alright. I don't know whether I should stop this, because, let's see, hold on. Let me see if I can find the length of the other streams. There's so much Danganropa, it's so fucking... It's irritating almost, because there's like so many like tries, but whatever. I think I'm just gonna quit it. Should I? Should I? Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna keep it going. Maybe until the class trial, or however I feel, or whenever I feel like there's a good stopping point. But regardless, let's go to the third floor. Come on, Kyoko. And Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to get rigid, but only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down to Taka, and without hesitation, she poked and prodded at the body.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Okay, so then what have you found?
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey.
Remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch.
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. Can you see the hands are moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. If you notice, his hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock. So that means the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey you, how long are you gonna keep this? Wait, Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his watch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the good boys and girls?
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 o'clock last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have broken at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch.
However...
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. That's right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
Because...
Rigor mortis is already set in. Boys are better suited for this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey.
Was that all he had in his hands? Yeah, that's it. This little scrap of paper doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko turned to Hifumi's body.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did more than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. Oh, wad of paper?
That's right.
If only had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he hid it on purpose, you see. In his pants? So, wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed on his pants, it's like... It's better be important to Hifumi. I'll never forgive you for this. Oh. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet up at the equipment room at 6 a.m.
so...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone. The rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean that it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's something likely meaning there. There's some meaning behind it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would you have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it held something more important? And how would something like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims at this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there were any reason to think that they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of the way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. Handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Yoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Nighttime or class trial time?
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Why?
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going soon. Or better get going. Okay. Question is, should I stop here? No, I'm kidding. I think I'm probably just gonna stop after the class trial. Even less people. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there,
Monokuma appears!
he's multiplied?
Wrong!
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because it's an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along. Stop talking. We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hito. You're gonna pay for your
What the
sins.
heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it. For serious.
Hmm.
That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the notes? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprits.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. It wasn't me. You gotta believe me.
hey,
The story begins when we get down there. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. This trial will be over in no time. Celeste, why are you so adamant on that? I mean, so is Hina, but still. Were you listening? Wait till he gets to the court to begin your argument.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go so we can make Hito pay for his crimes.
damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude.
Yes, yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. Okay, well, I guess I'll save again. It wouldn't hurt. How many truth bullets do I have? I have the... Oh, what the heck? I guess I do... Oh, okay. So it's like, I guess like the normal amount would be around 16 to 17 truth bullets, but still. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open. I want to see what he renovated it on now. Opening up came a cruel fate. Oh, nice. When I see all of you gathered like this, I just realized how few of you are there left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Yes, I would like to save. I've saved like 3 times in the span of 15 minutes. Only for safes. For the safety. Alright. Alright. Monokuma file is extremely short. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotake Shimaru. The cause of death was was a blow to the head, and it's thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. The tarp was found in the repository under Kiyotaka's lifeless body. It was apparently used to move Kiyotaka in order to avoid leaving bloodstains. The dolly was used when the body was rediscovered in the repository. The specific dolly has no handles, and the blow was found on one of the wheels. It is assumed that it's the same dolly that was in the equipment room when Kiyotaka's body was originally discovered. Hifumi's glasses. They were first found in the nurse's office. Hifumi's glasses were covered in blood. However, when they were next seen in the repository, they were completely clean. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in the repository. One of them was found wet and had apparently been recently washed. The door connecting to the art room was the repository was designed to only open from the repository side. According to Aoi, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was rediscovered, somehow it had somehow been unlocked. puddle of blood was found in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was initially found. A tire track had been found or left behind in blood. The cloth found in the trash can in the nurse's office, it is branded with a popular cartoon character and was found with blood on it. It is one has to wonder if someone used to wipe the blood away. Okay, well, I guess that's that. Let's see, is there any skills I have? And now they must confront 2 murders. Who claimed the lives of Hifumi and Kiyotaka? In this class trial, suspicion builds upon suspicion. Wow. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really clear, or before anything else, you have to make that clear? Okay, what's my first truth bullet? Yasuhiro's message, so to me.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
I mean, looking at the blueprints, the handwriting is awful messy. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Hiro's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts.
No, it's wrong.
Objection, sorry, sweetie, but you're kind of wrong there.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What? Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to
So?
me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Taka?
I got it!
Alright, I mean, it has to be
Other
Hiro.
than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things that were used, it's the dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. Oh, the tarpaulin.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's the attitude?
Let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Fuck you, Byakuya.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
I mean, you've been no help whatsoever, and I'm basically the one who solved 2 cases, ho. So keep your mouth shut.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Oh, I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change your mind. She hoeing because I don't even know why, but after all that shit, she really made herself look sus to me, bro. Cause like, let's see. Well, the fact that she's pushing it so much on Hiro kind of makes it weird, and the fact that she's talking so much also makes it weird. And then, like, when we were looking for the culprit, she screamed like twice, and I don't know, it was just kind of weird in my opinion. Maybe it'll get brought up, but who knows. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved to the equipment room to the repository. Why wouldn't there be? Let's talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been a limit to how you destroy your opponent's statements, but from now on, you'll be locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy 1 single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can destroy any more statements. You can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the square button. Just like locking on, you have to press the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the square button now has a function along with the X and square buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well, then good luck and have fun. Wait, so does that mean that we're gonna have a BTB right now? Why are we having this now? This is like at the end. What the heck? This is strange. So I'm gonna have to do this with Celeste? Oh my Christ.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. I cannot agree.
This should prove it. If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Go ahead.
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does it mean by that? Another non-stop debate, right? Okay, good. I'm not saying it. Robo Justice costume. Because you can't bend down, what is it, like turn around 90 degrees or some shit like that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Sorry, sister. Gotta stop you right there.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised to get anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. It seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, It's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume is taken off because you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something like that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't have much. We don't really have the choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What? Robo Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Bro, why are you so pushy?
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then...
Ah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor, to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies.
What a troublesome case.
And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I had to find them no matter what. Make your argument with my bullet. Monokuma file 3. Can I look at the stuff?
So...
Oh, thank God I can. The victims are Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotake Shimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed similarly with similar weapons.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So...
Hold on.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Nope. Come on, Makoto, don't say like that.
Shoot! So,
regarding I wonder if, or perhaps it was, we already know what order they were killed. Taka came
What makes you say?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was
pussy!
killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka
I don't want to
came
have another
after.
one of these fucking situations.
So, regarding I wonder if, or perhaps it was we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with just while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding I wonder if, or perhaps it was we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that
Okay.
Hifumi was while Taka's death.
See?
Erasmo,
So
be
it's
quiet,
obvious Taka
bitch.
came after. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was we already know what order they were killed
Okay,
in.
I'm gonna try this one
Taka
more.
came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was we already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No!
I knew I had to remember that shit, baby.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that's related with time he died. What is it? Hangman's Gambit? Yep. Fucking dumbass Hangman's Gambit. Oh, wristwatch! Come on, give me an A. No, fuck. Give me an H, baby. Give daddy the letter H.
Now I understand.
Give me my influence back, nigga.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey, you, how long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
What was that? That came from the downstairs. That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And that's where we found his body. That's
Such
totally
skinny
true.
legs.
We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
That doesn't make sense.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could have not been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
That is actually pretty fair.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
It's because when Hina cried on Hifumi, he, talked, so... Broken wristwatch? What does the broken wristwatch have to do with anything?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once, but Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered almost exactly at the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
I am a retarded
And
person.
that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi and there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
It is if Hifumi was dead, and you know that how.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that how.
Surely you heard the body discovery. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the...
Are we really so? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that how.
Surely you heard the body discovery of Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Shut up, Erasmo.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why...
Are we really so? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
How did I not get that, bitch?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he was actually...
No. If Hifumi was dead, and you know that... Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why...
Are we really so? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is Hifumi was dead,
And you know that how.
surely you heard the body discovery announcement along Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Boom, baby! No, who was at my place, Erasmo?
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that It's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement. The first time I played was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room, and the second time was when...
I got it!
Yes, okay, we go.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding, 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 dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi's still alive, and I have to find it and show it to everyone. Woo! These knocked up debates are really turning into a pain in the butt. Hifumi's glasses.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than it was positioned...
What?
Shoot!
Well, here's one thing we did. The first time we found Hifumi's body, and then, while me and his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the...
But when you compare his body before being other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Boom!
No, it's wrong! In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it!
Yay.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was...
I got it!
There we go.
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it. If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it!
Yay, 3 hearts of influence!
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his...
His dick was probably small anyway, so it doesn't matter.
pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it!
Hifumi's
That's
pants.
right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Oh?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Yeah, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but I can't let it get to me. Ah, crud. Let's see, what do we got, what do we got? Broken wristwatch, Hifumi's glasses, and glasses cleaning cloth.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Boom! Stop it right there, murder bait. No, I'm kidding.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Prove that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. Where is it? There we go.
I got it!
4 full hearts of
When
influence,
I searched Taka's
bitch!
body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly, which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus? Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi!
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
We have that one hammer that was just clean.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Fuck, another one. The recently cleaned hammer, give me that one. Please give me that one. There we go. Spatulesu hamu.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
What the fuck?
Well, one thing seems pretty
I might
clear.
have to actually check that out.
The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
There we go.
No, he's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We talked about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we first thought. At least what we thought at first, but... Oh, Christ, another one. What do you got for me now? Spotless hammer. Alright, so something completely useless. I have to remember something.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I didn't get to remember that. Can you really say there's no chance?
Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
Oh yeah, okay, I know what to do.
that two people work.
That is how the rule was
But
explained.
that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Again, okay, I gotta destroy that.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply.
That is how the
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
There we go.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one person, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and assuming the rule holds true.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same, that was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact that they were from the very beginning, which is why she did not look as this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really one person who seems to fit. I would have to choose Kyoko. What are you basing on? I guess I put that.
Shoot!
One of the further embarrass myself. Celeste! I am dumb.
Here's my answer.
It has to. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus have mercy.
It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
I mean, well, for me, I don't even know why if I'm saying for me when I'm the one who chose Kyoko just because of the fact that she was fucking missing. I'm retarded as fuck for that. But then at the same time, thinking about how she, is like just so much more talkative this case, and like more pushy, I don't know.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Oh, she broke.
Dr. Nomura.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
The screaming. No, the book is about screaming. Okay. Oh, encountering the suspicious. Okay, it makes sense.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Lamau?
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Brandon, I can see how Makoto's voice is like Kirito's.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that? They came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well. Then Makoto and Hina, won't you come with me to the nurse's office? I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, Byakuya wants to fucking duel, nigga.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
It's because she always pushes for adaptability. That's why. So if she's not able to adapt to the situation, then that's what makes it strange. Or it never doesn't push for that.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? Fuck, okay. Monokuma File 3. What does it have to do with Monokuma File 3? Okay, I'll just have to watch the whole thing.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I knew, okay, I know, okay, I got it.
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be positive. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
No?
Shoot! All I said, they must really be enjoying this.
Okay, hold on. Can I check Monokuma File 3? Okay, so yeah, it has nothing to, I have to remember
the sight
something.
Of us standing around, frightened and they must be positive. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
I don't think it's the thing.
And that is all I said.
And that's all it took. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was they must really be enjoying. The sight of us, they must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish it. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positively. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys.
There we go, baby. I knew it.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until... So there was never any in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Ooh. Makoto also wants to fucking duel. Oh?
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It was Hiro.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
No.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
There is. Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is that...
Shoot!
Well, that's that. Of course,
I refuse to give up
fuck,
yet.
I just hate how many bad decisions I fucking made.
That's right. There's no when she.
It's
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Elaborate, please.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit.
Okay, because he has, like, he's carrying the robot suit.
We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away, ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Hangman's bullet time? Oh, that's different music, actually. What the heck? Robo Justice costume, Yasuhiro's message, Robo Justice arms. I guess I'm gonna have to pay attention.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Okay, I think the blueprints. If I remember correctly, Hina said that she couldn't bend at the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
Let's get it, baby!
No,
Objections!
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, we've never seen that.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Whoa, partner, calm yourself, man.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Oh, I know she's gonna break. She's gonna break, isn't she?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh shit.
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Hifumi, who was it who attacked you, who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Damn, her voice went up a couple octaves, man.
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Jesus. Brandon, do you like this type of girl?
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Tony, in my meh. This nigga gives me a meh. You know what, Brandon? Fuck it, I'm not gonna say anything.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Hagakure, ew, so disgusting. Ugly dub.
I'm sure it
it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
I usually tie the crazy ones up. Wait, what is that supposed to mean, bro? She's okay, I would hesitate to like her. I mean, she's not that bad.
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
Hold on, but before we continue, Erasmus, what do you mean you tie up the crazy ones, bro? Non? That means no in French, my guy.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Wait, no, no. Cause it's Celestia Ludenberg. I don't fuck with them well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. Celestia Ludenberg.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
Jesus.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
Kinda. Well, right now at least.
Well? Do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste just still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Bullet time battle? No. E-handbook, spotless hammer, Yasuhiro's message. It'd have to be the e-handbook, right?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
Jeez.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending.
Wait, why do I have so
The
little
truth.
time?
And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Okay, well then I guess... Kyoko mentioned something out of the...
He wanted us to know the killer's last
Fuck!
name.
If there's one person
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times have I? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
What?
that's the only truth there is!
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Hifumi was trying. He wanted us to know the killer's last name.
if there's one person here,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told...
how many times have
Celestia Ludenberg! God damn!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to
But-
contradict me,
Bitch!
No, he's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up.
Lamau.
Because...
Christ!
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
We're gonna do the closing statement.
That'll bring everything to an end.
Closing statement. Begin. Wow, Hifumi, you look disgusting as fuck. In this case, how did the killer recruit the accomplice? Was it seduction? Yay! Closing statements. I know, right, Toner? It would only make sense if it was like this. But what time did the killers call their... Wait, okay. What time did the killers call their victims into the rec room? 1 a.m. Who was it? Hifumi looked like a gorilla. He does kind of look like a gorilla now that you mention it right there. The whole little thing. Okay, let's see. Who was it that the killer summoned first? Boom, bam, bit. Yeah, bit. They knocked him out, then stuffed him in the robo justice suit to falsify their evidence, and they used a certain item to do it. Well, it's obviously the camera. Lol. Dude, what time was Taka? This is probably the only thing I'm interested in. Aren't you hoeing? What time was Taka supposed to head to the equipment room? Well, the only thing that makes sense is this, because this is wristwatch. Justice Hammer. Yeah. The Justice Hammer, though, was used. Well, it had Justice number 4 right there, so it only makes sense. In the library, he used something to fake. Wait, what? He used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. What the hell? Okay, hold on. This office. Okay. Which Justice Hammer? I'm pretty sure it was 3, was it not? Yeah. If Hifumi used something to move Taka's body, it was the dolly. That. Okay. Okay, then it's this. Okay, Justice Hammer 1 was found with Celeste. Oh! Right? You know what? Fuck it. I hope. Wait.
The killer is
okay, fine.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
No. Okay. Why did I pick... Okay, I thought... Okay. My reasoning for that was because, you know, Hifumi kind of big. So I just, like, immediately assumed that they used food to lure him out. Hopefully this is actually the thing that works out. Alright.
Before anything, The killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder.
There we go.
With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him. While the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
my bad.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
Huh.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
I actually really like this reveal.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
That was really good.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Wow, what a tone.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
A, B, A, B, B, A, C, A. Final results, okay. 91. Dope.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Oh my gosh, what a change in tone. What about now, Brandon? No, I'm joking.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
Taiko Yasutora, or no, Yasuhiro.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote.
She's really acting like Mondo, where it's just like, you know, get it over with, you know.
And
that
when
sort of
the
thing.
votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Now, her fucking thing better not be fucking, like, it better not be shitty, bro. And I don't even know what her thing is gonna be. I would only expect it to be, like, cards or something. If I'm completely honest. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're correct. The black at this time, the true killer who devised this whole stinking scheme, was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was all beyond my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. How did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then, did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. Wow! For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean? Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. Whoa. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see? As it turned out, I found this use for a digital camera. And I'd taken you know what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You're correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He wow, what a lie!
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime! An absolute crime! I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
What?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please, if you go now, you will play right into his hands.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. He has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try and kill you. What?
indeed.
And all... Oh, shit. And all he can do... And also he can keep her to himself. That
This
bastard.
Is unforgivable! Completely unforgivable!
Bastard, 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 bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
Actually,
Then, would you like to join me? Oh, shit. It was just so it happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that the item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was it strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it was my fault for picking him in the first place. So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must be tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, was Hifumi supposed to do that after that? Or what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It seems very straightforward. Very stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up to the moment of death.
so in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along? Oh, but of course. There would have been no point in my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How could human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
Now, no, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
This far.
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life began here, my only thought had been to escape.
But
All along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
You little bitch! Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
You little bitch! I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Castle? Oh. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. And once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge,
There is
but
nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered into the winds. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to that's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
So that's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even feel my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, excuse me. That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back, says Marie Antoinette.
hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled, then... Oh. And when she did, it looked like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself, it must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Kills! Kills! Kills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The Blacken disturbed the peace, so you must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
So the thing is, I feel like it's gonna be some Hisoka Hunter x Hunter type shit, where like a bunch of cards like that are like super sharp or something kill her. But I could be wrong. I mean, obviously it's gonna have to do something with like gambling, right? So like blackjack, poker, bullshit. I don't know.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
Oh,
What?
this is.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone.
Thank you, I guess.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
I like your voice, man. What the hell? Game over. Celestia has been found guilty. Oh crap. Oh wow. Is she gonna get hung? Guillotine? Firing squad? The burning. Oh, they're gonna burn her! I would have not expected that. No, oh my gosh. What the fuck? Are you serious? What a bad execution! It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him just to come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone could have come... 1 out of 10. I would say almost the same thing. I would give it at least... It was more creative than Mondo's execution, I can tell you that much. But it's not... I mean, Leon's was the coolest. Again, still, Leon's is probably the best one, unless there's another person to die. Shit! Fuck, that's annoying. Oh, piss. Someone could have got free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die. Ah, piss.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to, what is it? Ah, piss! Stop dropping that! Ah. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you want me to get out of
Too
here.
bad.
Well, you're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Just give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh, what's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man! What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea! I don't know what you're talking about! What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? Wait, what does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on about... Wait, you guys can go enjoy... you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but... What's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's a key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she quickly glanced at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know? Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay?
Huh?
So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed toward the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
So then,
We need to get that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the door. And the locker swung open. We saw. Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. Thank goodness. I never seen Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Ew, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So we can now officially say the case is closed. As far as the incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second since we have this opportunity? I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come with me?
however,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe? Ah, shit. In me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? So that's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. She's probably gonna die. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Oh no, I don't like where this is going. What I heard from Kyoko then was frankly kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me the story was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided that I had to confirm what she'd said with my own two eyes, so when I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it, and the storage closet is there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Why do I feel like it's actually a setup? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret the Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand in the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, gashunk. At the same time, as I heard the sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what's going on. But dump. I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out, the back of the wall was a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boiler, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of the closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room, but what's in here? There's a bunch of files and what look like volumes and volumes of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Helps Academy Student Registry? The only thing not covered in dust in. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, and before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and turned my attention to it. What is this? You must not leave? That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation, it's like deja vu. The words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I do now? What don't I know? I... A strange sound rang throughout my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what it started it. It's all over. And with that I opened my eyes. I don't know how long it's been. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with the thought. I dragged myself back to my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there, and after that... As if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? Oh no. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stranger and stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing here in the gym? Dude, what the fuck? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Kacha, Baku, Hagaya, Hiya, Paching, Wayaka, Dadadan, Sha 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 Sha. Whoa! Nice ass. Before me ragged the battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, what do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is... Wow, I would not expect Sakura to be a 8? 7? Wait. What? Hold on, I think I missed something. What the fuck? I don't get it. What? Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. And then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi. then she got executed. And then brings us up to now. The next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. So now there's only 5 of us here. Only a third of the number of people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become commonplace. That's true. Still. What did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura is the mastermind spy? Can that really be true? Makoto, are you okay? No, I'm fine. I can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
In that case, let's eat till we pass out. What do you mean, in that case?
I mean...
Look how everyone's scary. Or look how scary everyone's looks. It's gotta be because you're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you fill your belly, I'm sure you'll all cheer up. So let's eat. Let's fry up some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up. What? That's like a deep impact style, meteor impact, extinction level event combination of foods. What? Those are breakfast time top sellers. Still, till we can't stand up is part of the problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right, since the class trial is over, new areas have opened up.
True.
Plus, we still have Alter Ego. We don't have to give it to despair just yet. She's right, we have a plan. We have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it!
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Think happy thoughts, not deathly thoughts.
You know?
Like when we're gonna get out of here, right?
You're serious.
When this is all over, I think I want to get reborn for serious. I mean, reborn as someone serious.
Well...
Hey, are you okay? That sounds like something someone who's about to die would say. I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders. What makes you so sure?
According to the spirits...
I predicted it last night since it revealed itself to me from the ether. There's no doubt about it. How accurate is your fortune telling anyway?
How about that?
I can tell it's 20 or 30% on a good day. That seems really low.
It's not like some occult
Well,
mystery.
yeah, it's not like it's the ESP or whatever. Of course I'm only gonna get it right sometimes.
The occult is bullcrap.
I told you my fortune telling isn't like some occult thing.
So,
Fortune telling isn't occult?
You got it all wrong.
Of course not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in some category as cattle mutilation. Cattle what?
So...
He's referring to the urban legend where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually...
No, you're calling it an urban legend? As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it happened to me. It all happened one day when I went to get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home.
But...
And before long,
the end is nigh!
the sky was full of mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. You can't trick me.
So I stormed back to the burger place and got up in the manager's grill and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork with
How
it.
about that?
Now do you see? That is cattle mutilation. I kinda got lost halfway through. I can't tell if you're for the occult or against it. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
I stink of how dare you. Well, you do stink though. That's fine. That's fine? Anyway. I hope your prediction turns out to be true. Well, at the very least, I won't murder anyone.
yeah!
Me either. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me too, of course. I could never kill any of my friends. I felt like those words of... Oh, shit. Those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we'd finally become united. But...
Well,
to be honest, I wish Byakuya and Toko were here for this too.
But...
They're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves. Yeah, we're better off without them, I say. That was enough just to prove we were united for the time being, but within That bond had hid weakness and fragility. Yo, who bis? Oh no, isn't that Hina and Chihiro? All-star apologies. Or apologizes. No, all-star apologies. We began our search as soon as we finished our breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened up and what was waiting for us. Woo! What a way. What a thing that was. Wouldn't you say? Well, I'm gonna save O and end the stream.